Welcome back to the Flow Friday Sports Show. Joining me now is Carla Fletcher. We're going to be talking all things Hume Netball. Carla, the weekend flies when it comes around, but the netball certainly stood up on Saturday across the Hume League. How are you?
I'm well, thanks, Ellis. Looking forward to another great weekend of some interesting games.
And speaking about interesting games, the blockbuster that headlined the Saturday matches saw Gindera and Osborne clash heads. In the end, Gindera too good, Carla, as many people I'm sure probably expected, 50-39 in the end in this one.
Yeah, look, I think it just wasn't Osborne's day on the weekend. Look, Gindera came out really strong from the first whistle, and look, they jumped Osborne, and look, Osborne tried really hard to recover and worked hard in the second half, but look, Gindera just managed to stay composed and were pretty sharp and capitalised on anything that just wasn't perfect for Osborne. Best on court for Osborne was G. O'Connell and Brianna O'Connell. And for Gindera were Ellen Cook, Taylor Vogel, and Daria Book. It wasn't a surprising win. I think Gindera knew what they had to do, but I think the margin surprised a lot of people. I thought it might have been a little bit closer than that 11-goal win.
Well, speaking about teams that may have surprised, the Giants, they weren't expected to win. Lockhart had to get the business done, but they didn't make the worst account of themselves, some might argue here, Carla.
No, Ramble-Bundry, look, they knew they were going to be in for a tough game against Lockhart, and they tried really hard. Their award winners were Brianna Higgins, Kaylee Athenides and Lucy Tretown, who all put in a really great effort in defence trying to shut down Lockhart's goal shooter Olivia Lang. Caitlin Costa also played a strong game in the centre. But look, I think Lockhart's shooting combination of Liv Lang and Emily McPherson worked really well in the goal circle. They've got a fair bit of height in there. And Carly Pearce and Tegan Hannon played, really strong games in defence. But, that was a pretty impressive display of shooting from Lockhart on the weekend, scoring 71 goals. So well done.
Now, Culcairn could have been in with a shout as the dark horse going into their game against the Billabong Crows. In the end, the Crows too strong. An opportunity missed for Culcairn, Carla?
Yeah, look, I think it was a great battle between two of the teams that are in the top six. Both teams went into the game knowing it was going to be a great contest, but I think just a little bit more experience from the Crows. They managed to take control of the game, especially in the last half, and giving them a great win against a super improved Culcairn side, especially from last year. Best players for Culcairn were Rachel Hensel, Taylor Morey and Kayla Wright, where Brooke Davis for the Crows had a massive role in goal defence, and Bethany Maloney shot really well in goal shooter. And I did hear a little birdie tell me that their coach, Millie Ferguson, had a fantastic game in the centre.
There we go. The How Long girls, they travelled to Holbrook and they got the job done quite comprehensively, Carla.
Yeah, look, How Long, they had a great win against Holbrook, and look, they're starting to build some momentum in the lead up to finals. Look, Holbrook, they had plenty of the ball, but they just weren't getting the rewards due to the pressure that How Long were putting onto them. And Abby Lischke and Erin Harbright played good games for How Long, with Amy Gledhill and Liv Hearn were awarded Holbrook's best players.
Important game between Henty and the Saints. These are the two cellar dwellers, but the Saints with a lot to play for to avoid getting that wooden spoon, and they ended up coming home with the points, Carla.
Yeah, look, it was a pretty good game against Henty for the Saints girls. They all stepped out on the court and did their job, which resulted in their win. Henty really fought hard all game, but they really had to recompose themselves after a bit of an injury to their captain, Rachel Turlick, and I hope Rachel's feeling a little bit better now. But mug winner for Henty was Brandy Muller, and the coach's award went to Olivia Hall, with Rachel Kazitsky and Mim Dunstan being awarded best players for BBC.
And the Magpies had a day out over CDHBU, 61-28. This one finished at Urana Road Oval.
Yeah, Magpies continued on the winners list with a pretty comfortable win at home against CDHBU. Their best players were Laura Kieran and Gabby Robinson, and Rachel Hanrahan, Kath Wood and Maddie Stanton were all award winners for CDHBU.
We'll take a look at the table, Carla, and it is extremely interesting between first and sixth. You've still got that amazing race within the top four, second and through to fifth, really, all still, playing with a lot to sort of amass in terms of points between all of those sides. But for Gindera, they sort of look like they're in pole position here to sort of come away with it, Carla. But the top six still very interesting and keeping a lot of people fixated on this competition.
Yeah, look, I think, Gindera are up there in first position after their win last week against Osborne. But, there's some pretty big games happening this weekend. So, they could, especially second, third, fourth, they can really mix it up a little bit and swap around those. Apart from 1 and 2, that third position is, up for grabs for anyone. I'd say, how long Billabong Crows and Lockhart will all be trying to get that third position. Hopefully, come finals time. But, it's going to be interesting to see if Gindera stays up the top there.
Sure is. We'll quickly just recap the top six. So you've got Gindera top, Osborne second, How Long third, the Billabong Crows in fourth, Lockhart in fifth, and Culcairn in sixth. And then you've got the Murray Magpies still vying for a spot in that top six. They're on 28 points in seventh. We'll take a look at the upcoming fixtures, Carla. We'll start with How Long. They are hosting Osborne this weekend. How's this one going to go?
Oh, it's going to be a big game, second versus third. And, after their defeat last week, Osborne will be looking to get back on the winners list. And, look, last time they met, How Long won. Osborne, I think, will be working really hard to get those points back. But, you just don't know. But I think Osborne might be a little bit too strong this week, especially after their loss last week. So it's going to be a great game, though.
I think another side that many spectators are going to pencil in for being too strong this weekend is the Murray Magpies. They're hosting Henty. This can only go one way, surely, Carla.
Yeah, look, I think Magpies are probably really keen to see if they can, slip into the top six. And they're going to have to win pretty much every single game over the next few weeks, but depending on who Culcairn plays. But I think they'll be way too strong for Henty on the weekend.
I'm really interested in this game. So we've got Lockhart. They are going to be hosting Gindera. And I think they're a dark horse here, Carla. I really do, because they've got so much to play for. Obviously, Gindera are looking over their shoulder in first position. But I think this could be a game that people circle to sort of suggest, well, maybe this might be the week where Gindera slip up.
Well, look, it's definitely going to be a tough game for Lockhart coming up against the ladder leaders at the moment. Gindera had such an impressive win last week against Osborne, and I think they will, continuing to work on that. But Lockhart came off a really strong win, and last time they met, over 100 goals were scored. So hopefully we see the same contested game, but I think Lockhart's going to have to get everything right on the weekend to cause a bit of an upset.
The Billabong Crows girls will travel to Careen Recreation Ground to take on CDHBU. Could this be a banana peel at all for the Billabong Crows, Carla?
Oh, look, I think they'll be wanting to have a really big percentage boosting game, especially being tied with How Long at the moment. So they'll be looking to slip into that third position. So I think they'll easily account for CDHBU.
Holbrook, they are going to travel to the Giants ground, to Walla Walla Sports Ground, to take on the Giants. How's this one going to unfold, Carla?
Oh, look, Holbrook's had a massive couple of weeks. They've had Osborne, Gindera, and then How Long. And look, I think that they've been working really hard. So I think they might take home the 4 points. It'll be a very closely contested game, though.
I'm sure it will be. And Culcairn and Saints are the last fixture. So this should be a relatively straightforward outcome, you'd think, Carla?
Yeah, I think Colcan, or they know what they have to do, and they should account for the Saints quite easily on the weekend. But you never know.
Well, Carla Fletcher, enjoy all the upcoming netball action. Great to have you join us again to take a look at all things Hume Netball. You take it easy and enjoy all the action on Saturday.
I will, and can I just like to say we had a really enjoyable evening on Wednesday night at the Hume League Hall of Fame night. We had 5 people inducted into the Hall of Fame, and our very own Julianne Clancy from the netball side of things. So it's fantastic to acknowledge everyone's contribution to football and netball out here at the Hume League.
Congratulations to all involved, and yes, absolutely, well done. Thank you very much, Carla, for your time. We'll speak to you next week.
Thanks.